These days, I hear the same quiet confession from so many people. I've worked in the same job for nearly 30 years, but lately, just waking up in the morning feels hard. As retirement gets closer, I keep thinking about paths I never took. I haven't decided to quit yet, but I keep wondering, is this really the right road? We all have different stories, but behind the words, there's one quiet feeling. A simple, persistent question. Am I really okay living like this? At first, the question feels vague, uncomfortable, like a soft breeze through a window we thought was closed. But if we really stop and listen, it might not be fear at all. It might be life, whispering to us, could I still begin again? Is it too late to live a life that feels more like me? And listening to that whisper, that might be the beginning of real courage, because from the moment your heart pauses on that question, something begins to shift. And as people quietly begin to consider leaving their jobs, many of them discover the same three things. First, stopping isn't the end. It can be a new beginning. We've spent so long tied to the identity of work, titles, salaries, responsibilities. We came to believe that those things defined who we are. But the moment you set them down, even for a moment, you begin to notice something. There's still a version of you inside, quiet, breathing, alive. The one who used to scribble doodles on paper corners. The one who wandered back streets on sunny afternoons. The one who sang quietly while strumming a guitar. And when those tiny memories return, you begin to ask, not with fear, but with gentle honesty, who was I, really? Second, fear grows in the dark, but it shrinks in the light. The more seriously we consider quitting, the more questions begin to haunt us. What will I do next? Can I afford to live? What will people say? But when we stop letting those questions swirl endlessly in our heads, and instead bring them out into the open, everything starts to change. We open a notebook, list our expenses, savings, retirement income, sketch out a possible daily routine. We list the things we've always wanted to try. Writing, hosting small talks, joining a book circle, helping out locally, and somewhere along the way, that heavy fog of fear starts to lift. In its place, a different feeling, not confidence, not certainty, but something soft, something alive, hope, a quiet kind of hope that whispers, maybe I really can begin again. Third, your life should be shaped by you, not by others. We carry so many voices in our heads. What will my family think? What if friends don't understand? What if people judge me? But at the end of the day, only you are living your life. Only you wake up in your skin every morning. Only you know what peace feels like to you. So try this. Open a journal. Write down, just for you, what made me smile today? When did I feel heavy or tired? What gives me a sense of calm? And even more deeply, when do I feel most alive? Where does my heart feel at home? Who helps me feel most like myself? As you keep answering those questions, a shape begins to form, the shape of the life you really want to live. So if you're thinking about quitting, it's probably not just because work is hard. Maybe some part of you is ready for a new chapter, and it's quietly asking, can we go now? Can we walk a different path? Quitting isn't giving up. It might be a quiet invitation from life itself. So many people, after leaving, start writing again. They offer small talks. They return to hobbies they once put away. At first, they worry, who would care about what I have to say? But then, someone nods, Someone listens. Someone says, I felt that too. And suddenly, they're not alone anymore. Their income might be smaller, but their days feel richer. Time feels slower, more meaningful. A quiet bench in the park, a book in hand, the golden light of evening settling through the trees. These simple, quiet moments, they don't feel empty. They feel alive. And more than anything, they feel like you. Because you're no longer a background character. You're living a life where you are the main character. Not flashy, not loud, but strong, calm, and deeply real. So let me ask you, are you imagining a different kind of life right now? Don't push that thought away. Instead, ask yourself gently, what kind of life do I truly want to live? That one question might just be the key to your second act. You don't need to decide everything today, but even taking a moment to listen to yourself, that alone begins to shift the course of your life. So, what kind of life are you imagining? Maybe write it in the comments, or write it quietly, just for yourself, because that truth inside you, your quiet, honest desire, might be the very beginning of everything you've been waiting for.